Hey everybody, what's up? It's Lou. It's been a while. To give you an update, there's not really much to tell.
For nearly 4 decades, Lou Koller stood at the front of one of hardcore punk's most influential bands, Sick of It All. His unmistakable voice became the soundtrack to generations of fans who found strength, resilience, and unity through the band's music. But in what would become one of his final public interviews before his passing at the age of 59, Lou revealed a different side of himself, one that was deeply reflective, honest, and grateful. The interview came during one of the most challenging periods of his life. After publicly revealing his battle with esophageal cancer, fans around the world wondered how the legendary frontman was coping. Rather than hiding from the difficult questions, Lou spoke openly about his diagnosis, his treatment, and the emotional journey he and his family were facing. From the very beginning of the conversation, Lou's trademark honesty was impossible to miss. He admitted that hearing the word cancer completely changed his perspective on life. He explained that after decades of living on the road, playing hundreds of concerts every year, everything suddenly slowed down. For the first time in many years, he was forced to step away from touring and focus entirely on his health. Despite the seriousness of his illness, Lou refused to let fear define him. Instead, he spoke about gratitude. He thanked his wife, his family, his doctors, his bandmates, and especially the fans who had stood beside him throughout his career. He explained that every message of encouragement, every benefit concert, and every donation reminded him that the hardcore community was much more than music, it was a family. During the interview, Lou reflected on the incredible journey of Sick of It All. He smiled while remembering the band's earliest days in Queens, New York, when he and his brother Pete simply wanted to play fast, honest music. None of them imagined that those small club shows would eventually grow into a career spanning nearly 40 years and countless tours across the globe. He also spoke proudly about the values that defined the band. Fame was never the goal. Instead, Lou believed their greatest achievement was building a community where people from different backgrounds could stand together through music. He said that if their songs helped even one person overcome hardship or feel less alone, then every mile traveled and every show performed had been worth it. One of the most emotional moments came when Lou discussed the overwhelming support he received after announcing his diagnosis. Benefit concerts were organized by fellow musicians, fans raised money for his medical expenses, and messages poured in from every corner of the world. He admitted that he had never realized just how many lives Sick of It All had touched until he saw that incredible outpouring of love. Rather than focusing on his illness, Lou used much of the interview to encourage others. He urged people not to ignore their health and reminded listeners to appreciate the people around them. Life, he said, can change in an instant, making every conversation and every moment with loved ones more valuable than ever. When asked about his musical legacy, Lou remained humble. He insisted that he never thought of himself as a legend. Instead, he simply considered himself a kid from Queens who loved hardcore music. He hoped people would remember him not only for his performances but also for treating others with kindness and respect. He also expressed confidence in the future of hardcore music. Lou praised younger bands for carrying the spirit of the genre forward while encouraging them to remain authentic and never compromise their values. According to him, hardcore was always about honesty, community, and standing together during difficult times. Toward the end of the interview, Lou became noticeably emotional while speaking directly to the fans. He thanked everyone who had supported Sick of It All since the band's earliest days and said their loyalty had meant more than words could express. He described the audience as an extension of his own family and said he felt incredibly fortunate to have shared his life through music. Although no one realized it at the time, those reflections would become some of Lou Koller's final public words. Looking back now, the interview stands as a powerful reminder of the character behind the legendary voice. Even while facing one of life's greatest challenges, he chose gratitude over bitterness, hope over fear, and compassion over self-pity. Lou Koller's passing marked the end of an extraordinary chapter in hardcore history, but his influence continues to live on through every album, every performance, and every fan inspired by his music. His final interview wasn't about saying goodbye, it was about celebrating a life built on honesty, resilience, friendship, and an unwavering belief in the power of community. Those values remain his greatest legacy, ensuring that Lou Koller's voice will continue to echo through the hardcore world for generations to come.